Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Today is our Sunday podcast, and this podcast goes over what I've been doing over the past week. Well, you'll get some of it. Some of it's still a secret. I can't divulge any more than that at this time. Um, so I've been up to a lot. I just can't show you as much of what I was doing. I can go over, however, the things that I've been up to here in the craft room that um, directly affect the channel. At any rate, what happens on this channel is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is every kind of educational style tutorial fiber related that I can possibly work in there. We have Tunisian crochet, knitting, tatting, weaving, spinning, dyeing yarn, processing fiber, and now we have added in the Addy Express. So there's some startup videos of that, and we will get more, going with it as I remember how to use it. I haven't used one in a long time, and the last one that I used was a toy Centro, long before they made them better. So yeah, I'm relearning how to use one and use one that actually works like it should. So there are knit-alongs, tat-alongs, crochet-alongs, things like that, and generally they happen my own patterns as well. But generally those make-alongs happen through the duration of a month. And the very first Monday of the month is the intro to the make-along, whatever it may be. And then the next 3 weeks, the next 3 Mondays is parts of said make-along. So for example, our next one coming up is still getting its votes in. I believe Lots of Hugs is the final high count for the name. It will be down in the description box as to the name and the dates that the knit along will be coming out, and it is a knit along this time. I have tons of crochet alongs that I've done. I've done a tat along, and it's time for a knit along. So I designed a wrap. And I have part 1 recorded, and I'm working towards part 2. I'm really hoping to get close to starting on the 5th of next month. I should be able to at least get the intro video out there on the 5th and part 1 out there the very following Monday. And then by the time you guys are working on part 1, I'm going to do the edging on the very last Monday. So you'll have 2 weeks this time to work on the body. So part 1 is all of the light gray. So all of this light gray section will be part 1. So this time it will be the intro video on the first Monday, part 1 on the second Monday, and then on the last Monday, you will get the edging as part 2 of our make-along. So where am I at on mine? That was the design that I made up. Now I'm working through a whole nother one, so that way I can record it for you. So here I am on this. This one is in 100% cashmere, and that's where I'm at on it. I'm on, I think, the 6th repeat out of 14. So I still got a little ways to go. But nevertheless, no matter how close I am to the end, I can start the edging because the edging works on each side, not all the way around it. So irregardless, I'll be able to do the last part of it. Even if I'm not all the way to the end, I will be able to start you on the edging and show you how to accomplish it. So that is the upcoming knit along. And yeah, I think there's a hat tutorial coming out this week in bulky weight number 6, and it's a 3/4 hat for like a very large messy bun. If you have a lot of really thick hair, um, this style of hat will allow you to have a messy bun, and the opening on the top of it is large. I showed it in last week's podcast, last Sunday's podcast, so you can check that out if you haven't already. Also on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a live, which is a spin and chat. And sometimes I have guest spinners up. Like this past Thursday, I had Brenda from Bear's Crochet Critters. She came up and she was spinning on her wheel as I was spinning on my little nano. And we just had a good time and chit-chatted with everybody. And yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to spin with somebody on panel. If you are a spinner and would like to spin yarn with me on Thursday Night Live at 7 p.m. again, Eastern Standard Time, I would love to have you up as a guest. You can contact me either in the Facebook group, email me, that's perfectly fine. You can message me on Instagram, all of those things. All of that information and ways to contact me is always down in the description box of every video, as well as any channels that I talk about during my video. So definitely check that out. Let's see. Oh, and I spun this Thursday while I was live. I spun almost a half a bobbin of some beautiful, sparkly, just amazing fiber that I had received from Miss Abigail Van Houten. So I did that. Normally I have a big stack of hats for you, but this week I don't. I did make one and I forgot to bring it in the room with me. So we're going to skip that. I'll add in a picture of it here. Okay, so also some of you know that I have been working on a granny rectangle, and what it is all my own hand spun yarn from the very first yarn that I spun to basically to date. I've been working through, and it's of same fiber. I'm not adding wool in with it because this is an acrylic blend, an acrylic polyester with a small amount of wool. But I finished the last of the cake that I showed y'all last week. So here we'll go just from this to the center. So that is it. It's got that all the way around. But like I said last week, I found 2 more hanks of like fiber. These are both hand dyed, and I will be adding these in to this granny square as well, or granny rectangle as well. Of course, now it's, you know, as big as it is, it won't take long to go through these. I won't get very many rounds out of it at all. So that is the granny rectangle. Now, as I previously have stated in other podcasts, I have started adding in, if I receive any happy mail, I'm adding it into my Sunday podcast instead of doing a separate happy mail video. And I did receive something this week. I was on my way to pick up my friend Rachel and go to a couple antique stores and stuff like that. Well, she lives up near our capital, and there's a lot of antique stores and stuff like that. So we wanted to go and poke our noses around. On my way out, I checked the mail, and there was a package in my mailbox. Thank you, Divergent Crafter, Miss Crystal. It was super sweet of you. I'd like to show you guys the fiber that I received from her. Got 4 different types of fiber. We have Rose Pearl Top. And it is super, super neat feeling. So that's that one. Then we actually talked about this in the live, and Miss Brenda had some, and she was showing me the staple length and stuff of this particular fiber, and it was sticking to her fingers. It was so funny. But this is called Sea Cell. Sorry if my light is making us glow here, but it is a really neat, and it's also neat feeling. It wasn't sticking to my fingers. However, it was very, very neat. As you see, it's not sticking. That was so funny. It was comical. But this is Sea Cell, and it's made with seaweed, not 100% seaweed, but it is made with seaweed. So I thought that was really neat. And then we have two more. We have some flax. There's that. And then we have some beautiful silk. There you go. So thank you very, very much, Crystal. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to be able to spin things that I've not spun yet. So this is really neat, and I'm excited to test this out. I have started spinning some flax on my flax wheel, which you can kind of see right here. I currently have boxes of hats sitting in front of it, so it's a little hard to see. But when I was picking Rachel up, she had purchased this new project for me. So this wheel here, I'm going to insert a picture of it now. In the picture, you can see the size difference between the flax wheel and this wheel. It does need some work. I will take pictures of what I'm having to alter. It seems like this wheel was designed with no intention to physically use, but to be as close to a replica of a usable wheel as possible. Some of the details are slightly off. Just a simple, for instance, what holds the bobbin, the maiden is what it's called, is in the center, and it shouldn't be. It should be offset. And the rod going through the bobbin and the flyer doesn't have an orifice. And what I mean by orifice is a hole right here where the yarn comes out, where the fiber and yarn go in, and then it comes through a little hole right here. Let's see if I can get the right side. There we go. So it goes in through this orifice here, and it comes out through here. It goes onto the flyer hooks, and that allows it to go around the bobbin. And by moving this one hook back and forth, you can change where it's going on the bobbin. But this particular wheel does not have, or bobbin should I say, it does not have an orifice hole at all. It is a solid piece of metal through that. So that's the couple of reasons why I say that I think somebody designed it as close as they possibly could as a replica, but not an exact replica because it's non-usable with the bobbin sitting where it's at and the flyer and the maiden and everything. So I've got to work on that and get it shifted over so that way everything lines up and I can put a drive band on it and see if we can't. It needs a couple of other things. It'll be a while, but yeah, that's the new little project. It's tiny, it's cute, but I'm excited to work on it and get it actually functioning, because for the most part, the majority of it, it is a functioning wheel. The pedal works, the wheels, you know, most of it all works. So it's interesting for sure. So there is that. And the last little bit, I'm going to add in some pictures at the end from the antique store, just some random pictures. There was a beautiful older Swift there. They wanted a lot of money for it, but there was a Swift there, and I took a picture of it, a couple pictures of it. There was a little damage on it showing the age, basically. And just some random other things that were really cool to see. Some McCoy ware, if you know what that is. I grew up with a lot of McCoy ware personally, so it was really cool to see other pieces that we never had. My mom still has a bunch of McCoy ware. I have one piece, but at any rate, that is it for me this week. I wish I could show you the others, but you'll have to know that it's secret, and when I can show it, I'll show it to you. But until then, until then, sorry guys, you'll have to just wait. At any rate, yeah, that's it for me. Be blessed, be a blessing. Thank you for your time.